Welcome back. Honestly, after last episode, I actually feel a lot better about the whole Gables thing. That feels pretty good too. I'm 2 for 2 on that jump there.
Ready? Go!
I mean, I might have 150 deaths here, and I'll have many more by the end of it, because I'm not even halfway there. But those are all just instances of me persevering. These are all just cases where I kept going. No problem. Yeah, though, this is going on for a while.
Ready? Go!
I wonder how many deaths are allowed. For expert. I remember having actual difficulty with this at the last part. Even without trying to be super fast. Yeah.
Ready? Go!
I don't know what it is about them. Something about the spacing of your bounces, I guess, but that last section gets really tough for me. Darn it.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, I think I did that a couple times. I managed to just drop straight down the middle there. Which is an interesting contrast to other times that I didn't even make the turn at all. Ah, I tried to turn to the right. It's just, you don't have control of this darn ball. I'm doing okay so far. Ah, I think part of it might be, it seems like you have, I think unless you're going faster or something like that, it seems like what's happening is you have less of a chance to get yourself onto the path you need to be on for some reason. I'm not sure. Oh well.
Ready?
Propel.
Go!
What did I do here last time? Not quite that. I think I actually bounced off the propeller or something silly like that to get into the big hole. I mean, hey, I'm pretty satisfied. Now, granted, I died a lot, but I'm fairly satisfied with the times I'm getting.
Ready? Go!
Probably doesn't mean too much when I died a lot of times on the way there each time. On the way to getting that time.
Fallout!
But it's another level where they put the boundary really high. So you don't have a chance to hit the reset button yourself. I wonder how many times I died on that one,
Ready? Go!
on that, what was it called?
Ready?
Clock hands level before the game. Told me, hey, you can,
Ready? Go!
we'll let you skip and whatnot. In fact, I could skip the Gables, but I didn't. In part because I forgot that I could.
Ready? Go!
I admit that. But I got my revenge either way. I don't know if the game would have, I don't know when the game shows the skip text. I believe I disabled it the first time it appeared, so it's not going to show again. Ah! That
Ready? Go!
still annoys me. How long do you have to wait here? Okay. Doing this the sane way. Bugs me getting a silver, but oh well.
Ready? Go!
It's not a warm here. Could we get to the... Oh, we came here from the cold place. Actually, never mind. Moving diagonally probably helps you with the slowing down part here. Well, anecdotally, I think that worked out just fine trying to do it diagonally, although I don't know if it really helps that much. But if you want the best time, probably does help a decent amount.
Ready, go. Ready, go.
Here, if you want to really get this cycle, there you go, that's what you have to do.
Ready, go.
Diagonal.
Ready, go.
I wish I didn't know about this trick.
Ready, go.
There are cases I think where playing a game and performing well is actually way less fun than playing it
Ready,
and not performing well. Not just because of the pressure of having to perform well, but because you have to fundamentally alter your playstyle to do it. My worst case of that was in SSX3 and to a lesser extent SSX on Tour. SSX3 I played blind on this channel actually, so you can see my thoughts on that in that playthrough. But in brief,
ready, go. Ready,
the combo system in that game, in both of those games really, but I don't know if I can really say it's more one game or the other, because it's easier on Tour came after. It's easier in On Tour, but that also means it gets taken to much further extremes. Sky!
go.
Like, you'll spend like multiple minutes in a row holding a combo in that game.
Ready,
Because...
go.
Oh, solar flare. Lens flare, I mean to say. Maybe solar flare too at some point, but hopefully not in a way that will hurt us. But,
Ready, go.
how was it? Essentially, it was a combination of the game having a combo system, a more fleshed out combo system than SSX Tricky, which came before SSX3, and having flatland tricks. Now that sounds kind of cool, being able to do flatland tricks. That is to say, like, you can do tricks on the ground instead of just jumps and grinds. Except, flatland tricks, they come in the form of board presses, and also on Tour where you have skis, also kind of inexplicably in the form of just turning yourself around over and over on the ground.
Ready, go.
Now, the way that works is you actually have to basically balance. Balancing is very easy. You basically just have to.
Ready, go.
It's basically like doing a manual as if you're on a snowboard. It's a nose press or a tail press. And it's pretty straightforward because all you have to do is just you hold the direction on the right stick for some period of time, and then if you hold it for too long, you'll just fall over. So you just
Go.
slide the stick around a little bit, and you'll actually pivot from a nose press to a tail press, or vice versa. So you just absent-mindedly, basically, holding the right stick in one direction or another, and then sliding it from one place to the other every so often. Now the thing is, this actually severely hinders your cornering, so maneuvering is a lot harder, moving around obstacles and things like that, and I think it might prevent you from preloading jumps too, like preparing to spin on a jump. But if you want to get a good score in that game, in any trick event, you have to do incredibly long combos where you're going through the majority of, if not the entirety of the course, doing a single string of tricks connected by these presses on the ground.
Ready, go.
Well, what that means is that in reality, if you're trying to get a good score, you just have really bad cornering, and you have a worse experience jumping as well. And then on top of that, since it's all one combo and you lose all those extra points if you fall at any point, you have to do everything flawlessly without ever falling,
Ready, go.
which adds a lot of pressure and makes things a lot more demanding, and to me is not fun in the slightest. So that's something I cannot stand about SSX3. But something in on tour that made that easier if you're on skis, and I think this made skis objectively better in a number of ways, was that you didn't have the balancing aspect if you're on skis. You just held the stick up or down, and you would just constantly rotate on your skis on the ground, basically indefinitely. And it just made your cornering worse and your jumping worse, which at least took less thought and effort, and you could, without all that much effort, make obscenely long combos through multiple horses chained together. But to me, in that game, it was so easy, it just got boring. It wasn't frustrating like it was in SSX3. I think in part because that game is designed a bit better, I think, in terms of allowing combos. In SSX3, you'd have lots of cases where you have rails that are clearly supposed to lead into each other, like you jump off one rail and land on the next, but the collisions aren't very good, or they don't always send you precisely where they should, so you actually end up just slamming into a rail and wiping out instead of landing a trick, which is extremely frustrating. But the reason I bring that up is something that I entirely forgot about. I don't remember why I brought that up, actually. There was probably a reason for it. Oh, so in this comparison here, the equivalency, or the equivalent action to these nose presses, whoops, or ski pivots in this game is moving diagonally. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it's not fun, but you have to do it if you want to get the best possible time. And it's seemingly, to some degree, by design. It truly hinders my enjoyment. Of course, in this game we got plenty of far without ever doing that anyways. And we've never needed a technique like that just to get gold, I don't think. At least not consciously. So, I can't complain too much. Even though it reminds me of that, is what I'm really trying to say, I guess. It reminds me of this thing that I was bothered by. Like, right here, I know I can use it now. You know, I don't really like that. So I can make this pretty easily if I move diagonally here. Or let's... Come on, the bouncing, as it's really tough otherwise. In fact, you might have to move diagonally to make it at all. It might just be that I only ever made it when I moved diagonally and just didn't realize I had been using that diagonal movement technique. Darn it. But yeah, we're basically playing this whole game in review, or at least half of it, fully half of it, in review before moving on to the final set of levels, the Void, I suppose. I guess I'll probably, just for the sake of completion, do the last set of arcade levels. I feel like I can make that. Even though I'm pretty sure it's just the Void. Darn it. I know I can make that. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. I don't mean to waste a bunch of time on it. If I know I can do something, I want to do it. Okay. And in fact, I'll cut the episode here. And we're not making very fast progress here. But we're gonna have to finish this next episode, the arcade, I guess. In fact, we don't have to. You can quit later. Why doesn't escape pause? Anyways, we might have to resume it next week. I don't know. We'll see. Bye, everyone.